But if we base this off of the map, I'll always give the edge to Stifmeister.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
But then, based on what we know of the teams, I can't help but feel like, you know, Fierce. They started really well last week. It was a win against Fish 1-2-3, which at the end of the day, no matter what time of year or what year you're looking at, that's still always a good win.
It's a big win, yeah. Fish are always normally a top contender. I mean, I don't really remember the last time we haven't seen them at a final for quite some time.
It'd be a long time, whether it's actual Fish 1-3 or under an organisation that have taken them in the last week before it.
Eminem.
But the B-Split's going to come in and Capers starts off strong.
Does open it up. Does delay as well as the push is actually coming out. Emin's going to assist him as Astro goes down. Dom has been completely annihilated as well. And it's just on to Ardis and Link to try and save the day. It's 2 versus 3 here, Ben, as Hype and Co start to retake. And they're looking good. Jura kicking it off well.
They did stop that plant as well. Team Ace coming through. So cancelling that plant right there was quite big as well, considering we are using the new economy.
We are indeed.
From what I can see there. You can see 2050. That's the amount of money you get if you did buy a Kevlar and got no kills without a bomb plant.
And now, I mean, what? We've played 5 best of 1s and a best of 3 at Epic. After that,
we played 8 best of 1s and a best of 3.
Oh, in total,
9 best of 1s and a best of 3. Yeah.
So off the back of that, what are you thinking now? With
well, we kept on forcing because I felt it was fine to force on it because you'll buy 4th round regardless. If you win, even better.
It felt like money was a kind of a non-issue.
Yeah, it was never like we never felt like we lacked grenades on that 4th round CT side. And we're seeing the opposite side of it here, right? Stifmeister. On Mirage, I suppose you don't need an AWPer, is the other bit, because otherwise, yeah. And what are the chances of actually winning a force by round when you do have a stand-in and things are a bit turbulent, right?
Well, you can see though, even though with no bomb plant and just 2 rounds played out, they can still get pretty much the complete full buy through. So that's the difference, is with the conversion rounds, it feels like the only way we ever got the full 3 rounds was when we went for the full eco on the opening pistol. We won $800 each.
Yeah, that was
the only time I feel like we've won 3 rounds off the back of a pistol with the new changes.
Yeah, so it looks like it'll be an Apps burst with 3 rifles going through it, but Sphere should be expecting some kind of rifle play. But they are playing close, and it's not really... I was going to say it's not going well for them, but Hype, he's got the 2 kills on the players in ramp. I'm not sure if they can get away.
Hype still continuing to just annihilate here, Ben. The Lithuanian Lunatic popping off ever so slightly. And it does fall back into the newcomer, Euro, supported by Capers. There's 1:20 on the clock, as they don't really fancy going for the full commit just yet. They've got tons of time, so there is no need to. However, Dom is quite low, just left on 19 HP.
Yeah, the smoke that Hype threw kind of messed them about a bit, right? They had to go through it to try and trade him. And then when they're stuck behind the smoke, they're not sure if it's clear to go back out.
Yeah.
So now you can see them slowly executing back out. But Ardis, he's the only one healthy, as you mentioned. You have to go off his contact, don't you, really? Unless you use Dom as bait when you know they're there. Because otherwise he can just be killed and then no trade.
They haven't really got too much of a read, though. I don't think they know the position.
That's a good smoke thrown, though. Covers off that side. They find out where one player is. Ardis needs to make the work happen, but it's not going well.
No, he's getting tagged down. Caper's going to finally get the killing blow. Dom trying to stay alive on the side as the nade rolls in. Actually, depending on the timing here, he could own it. Push comes through, Ben, but no. Doesn't get the initial headshot off. Capers is going to be able to flick to him with a Famous. That's a double kill and the defuse with his little Stanley knife in his hand there.
So Stifmeister will now get 3,700, I believe? Yeah, 3,700 because they got a plant. Technically, in some people would say you could still buy, right? Because you can get AK armor on most people, everybody, guaranteed. Which is what they're doing right now. I wouldn't have said it's a very good idea. Even though Fierce had 2 alive, they had everybody alive the round before. They kept 10 P5s, they kept SMGs when they won. And you can see it right now, the money. Hype thinks it's going to be another eco.
Yeah.
Emin should have been dropped, which is some poor communication there. Whether it was by Capers or Hype, one of them should have dropped him.
And this is the issue as well, with such a big change to the meta like that, where some players are still a little bit
stuck
unsure.
In that old system.
You're used to it for so long. I mean, it's been so many years, it does take a while to try and reset yourself. Emin has a big play, though.
Land that.
Yeah, that is a huge opening frag. And the push from Hype, to be fair, if he gets behind him, Ben, the MP9 might be the worst weapon in the world, as they're all pretty tagged up. Link on the entry is going to be able to decimate Eura. Hype just needs to go huge here. Oh.
The 1 kill should do it, though.
Yeah, that's
enough
big.
Confusion in the side. Did Ardis just get hit by that? Yeah, he did. The flashbang hit him straight in the face. And I was just on like, he's already got 1 kill this round. He needs an ace to win it. And I'm sorry, that's a big ask from that position.
Not a great spot to be in at all. That round works out very well for him, especially for Hype. Considering he got 1 frag, and he made your money back, grab an AK, you're out of there. You're doing good. So 4 rounds been picked up so far by Fierce.
And finally an eco has to come through. I say eco, it's going to be a half buy. They're on maximum loss bonus already, technically. So they can buy, you know, pistol, armor, and you'll still have enough to buy next. Astro, the only player who buys grenades here. Uses smoke instantly towards mid, I imagine, probably in the window, and he has a flash left as well. The question is where he'll be using that though. He's throwing it over towards underpass, and that's all the grenades gone there. So now you're just relying on those deagles to get the picks.
They're splitting up there as well. Trying to get in that mid control really, but Swaggy should just be able to hold them back for the meantime.
And he gets away. So no real pressure there on them. Like they're just going to rely, as I said, on the kills, the pure aim. Yeah. Hype didn't see that boost though. Astro might be able to get a good catch here on Emin on the way out. Should be possible unless Emin goes further aggressive.
Ooh, Astro with the first kill. And this is good, Ben. As much damage as Stifmeister can do to Fierce is the better. They're not really got
second one.
Too much fantastic cash to play with. It's only a couple of players there on 6k. So they can still be put in a precarious position if it carries on. About 55 seconds left on the clock. You're going to be able to get the headshot on Astro from quite a distance. Just belts him down. Hector's and Ardis, the two men that remain. 1 AK in play.
He has no armor on that AK either. Ideally, Ardis and him switch gun. Just so the armor gets used, right? But Capers, he's playing retake from this side anyway. As soon as the next 15 seconds go, I think he checks this. But instead, are they going through market to actually have a look?
They're going to be walking straight into the
They're straight into Swaggy.
Yeah, he's dead here as soon as he peeks.
Oh, he missed! Oh. And he didn't get the kill on his own either. They both messed up. That's quite a crazy situation.
That's the old double whiff, Ben. The apple crumble on either side. It's all falling to bits.
There's food everywhere.
The tablecloth is filthy.
So the double retake through short. The one player through ups as they expect, right? He had to be in ups. They wouldn't leave a player not there. That's a good grenade as well. Only 31 damage there. So Hector's, I mentioned he had no armor, but he's getting a kill with it, and he's not been hit. Swaggy's low as well. This should be their round.
Yeah, this round's as good as over at this point. They can just take the firefight. They're going to be able to spray his way through him. That round goes so differently as well. If Swaggy gets that first pick with Eorb, you left there in a 3 versus 1. Just play together, you've won that. I mean, it all falls to bits. And Stifmeister, considering that was a round where in reality all they need to do is just try and do some damage, get a bomb plant down if possible. You've won it. You're in a pretty good spot now.
Yeah, they need to win this one, and then that CT money will take effect, right? It's still just as bad as it always has been in the past for CT economy.
Yeah. Well, that's the crazy bit, right? Is the CTs are still just as fragile, but it just feels like the Ts can get more buys out quicker.
Well, the thing is, people are arguing, why bother forcing the second round if you can then buy third, right? You force second because you have a chance of ruining the CT side economy, no matter what. No matter what, they will break. And unfortunately, we didn't see it this time from Stifmeister, but I would like to see more teams do it, because it feels like you were buying a 4th round in the past anyway. Yeah. If you have more money to play around with, surely you take it if you have a chance of ruining their economy for even longer now.
Well, that's the thing. You're instantly now given a chance to chase the CT economy. So if the CTs win the pistol round, you can just ruin their day. Yeah. And it makes your life so much harder, because I mean, there was times when we'd win a pistol and it was just like, oof.
It didn't feel great.
Is it worth winning this pistol? It's just like, we probably, you know, probably not. Yeah,
like, it's so odd.
It's very favourable.
I remember looking at the stats for the pistol round wins anyway. CT always had about 5% more wins. Okay. As it was. So, you know, when you consider that into effect already, the T side should always be looking to just break them as soon as they can.
Just try chase, because it just instantly ruins them. They're left in such a horrible spot. But either way, the slow sight take does come through for Stifmeister, as they're going to be leaping and bounding out, trying to clear the first pick. Link gets the initial contact and takes down Yura. Hype will trade it back on the Hectors. And it is only a 3-on-3 now, Ben. Bomb has just been planted. For the retake, they've got 3 flashbangs and a smoke to play with.
Hype does have that kit as well. Quite a big player in this round. Question is, how well can they execute on this? The player behind triple, I feel like it's kind of on him. Astro needs to make a move, and that tag does not help. They know he's there. Just any time a bullet will just hit him from some angle.
Capers should get this kill instantly. It's a free frag. He's just going to have his back turned.
Reaction was good.
Yeah, good trade from Link. If he can delay for a little bit longer,
Palace.
This could be huge. He's keeping them on their toes. Ben gets the first kill. It's actually Dom that's able to pick that one up, and they've taken it. Ooh,
can't help but feel like you just try and smoke the bomb as soon as possible if you're Hype right here. Norp going into that retake as well. And a smoke. You've got to be thinking, I can't really cover for you, but can you cover me? I've got a kit, I've got a smoke. Let me just jump on it as soon as we can. But Link, he made that such a good play though. He was wide spring for firebox as soon as that kill came through. Yeah. If Capers kills him, fair enough, he's lost that firefight, he probably wins the round. But because of that one kill, it made that retake so much more difficult.
Well, it's one of those situations where you can see the sort of cause and effect of Counter-Strike as well. When you have to make that call, do I wide swing CT, or do I just sit there?
I thought it was Hype getting to kill through the smoke then, but in fact it was underpass. And it was on to Hector's as well, who had a Mac 10. He was looking to make big bucks from this round. Because you can see that the CT money, it's not great. They actually decided to not force into it on the side of Fierce, which fairly unusual when you consider they had like, what, 2,500 at the most? You know, which is normally some people would consider forcing in, but I suppose they're just thinking T-side economy is probably built up even though the rounds will be lost.
Yeah.
Oh, won rather. But they're still in a good position. Look how advanced they are on both sides of the map. Like a player in balcony still, and a player that far into apps.
It just depends on the timing here, though. Yeah, hype. I think he thought that was the entire wolf pack that pushed past. Didn't expect the lurk.
And Capers, he's at the range where one shot to the head will kill them, I believe. But how many can he get accurate? Just the 2 on the chest.
Yeah. Unfortunate. I mean, it's a little bit of damage, but they're not really going to be able to achieve anything into this one. Steagle on a P250, they're going to save. Just pop their bottoms onto the floor on the A site, Ben. Have a little campfire. Smoke some marshmallows. Under the roar
maybe some biscuits.
Yeah, maybe. Let's go for the peak, though.
Good chest shot right there. Can't see much else happening, though. They wouldn't bother going through that vent hole. There's no need to. Instead, he'll secure that CT exit. One player waiting for it, and that peek from Ardis. He's just on top of the shelf. Shooting off Swaggy's toes. So it should be 4-3. And a buy round from Fierce, I imagine. It won't be a very great one. But that to me, like, the fact they've ecoed this one basically says to me that they probably don't want orbs and they're just trying to get back into the game as soon as they can. Because as you see, Hype can get an orb, it'll be glass cannon though. Like, how much do they value it? He's biding his time there. Okay, that's the question being asked. Should I buy an orb again or... No, all rifles. Not many grenades either. Not a fan of this. So you were still leading the game. There's no need. You're not in desperate need of rounds, right? If you're 8-1 down or something, you need rounds. You'll keep buying, trying to get into the game. But it's 4-3. Yeah, it's nothing wild.
No, it's quite a bold peak there for him to try to get the initial contact. Swaggy's just on his own as well. Maybe that was supposed to be.
I thought it was a mid crunch. I thought it was mid crunch.
And it seems like the communication wasn't there. Maybe it's just left them in quite a precarious position already, though. Losing Swaggy is a bit of a blow. Especially if they go for the site take towards the A site. Oh, Euro just goes for the face, walks into the contact orb. Ardis is just on a mad one. He's popped Demon's head straight off. This round's pretty much done for, Ben.
Yeah, I understood the push from Euro. It was just like, obviously you could do with your teammates trying to help you in that situation.
Yeah.
But they needed to make some kind of play across the map, and obviously Stifmeister Hector's was there. He was scoped in the angle. He knew this has to come. And Capers, he's making this possible actually. If Hype gets a kill as well, that's a good damage as well. There's 2 players low. But there's no kit. And look at Link on the map as well. He's got the big lurk coming through soon. If they try and save, it's too late, because he'll have their back.
They're dead either way, Ben. They need to just go for the bold play and hope it pays off. They do get the early attack. They've actually pushed out of Link's favour, but the double kill comes through from the other players anyway. So Stifmeister do now equalise the scoreline as we move on to a 4-4 position. And the cash for Fierce gets left in the dumpster a little bit.
Yeah, they're slowly reaching that full 5-round loss bonus. They'll get 3,400 the next loss. You can see, not spending too much though, which to me says we need AWPs. And from what I could see, Hype did pick up that AWP in that last buy round they did have. He did quite well with it, 2 kills. But we also saw Swaggy on it during the rounds they won. And he has quite good impact as well, so potentially 2 AWPs is on the cards there.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, that kind of seems to be the default fallback for UK teams on Mirage, right?
Yeah.
Things aren't going well. Double AWP CT side.
We've seen triple in the past as well. Although the triple wasn't great.
Yeah, there is a sort of, you know, an AWP to win ratio.
I would like to see something done though, like, as in, how often do teams then win rounds after, like, say they're after losing 3 rounds in a row? How often is the round that they next win because of a double AWP?
Yeah, where does the actual advantage lie?
Yeah.
How much impact do the AWPs have into the round?
That's the thing, isn't it? Like, if they win, do the AWPs get more than
like
2 kills?
Majority of frags,
right.
yeah. Because that's the thing. I mean, if you're only still getting like a killer pick with the AWP.
Yeah, entries with them, definitely great, right? But, you know, sometimes the AWPs don't even have an effect. And somehow the rifles then play into it, and then they'll be thinking, we need double AWP. But the AWPs didn't actually do anything.
No, that's the thing. I mean, we've seen multiple rounds, right, where people leave themselves in such a precarious spot with their economy because they go for the double AWP round, they won't really do too much with the secondary AWP. One player will probably have a big round, or the rifles do it, and then they'll just constantly try and reinvest into it. And it does just ruin your economy because it is so costly. It's very expensive.
Speaking of a big round for the AWPs though, Swaggy stuck at CT. They're going to do that same strat they did earlier on. Smoke jungle, smoke stairs, and the palace burst with rifles. He'll be fairly open to the victims here.
He needs to get these AWP kills.
That was such a good trade.
Ardis, that was so rapid as well.
That was instant. Straight to his dome, and the bomb goes down. The retake has to be played. There's not much there, is there?
No, the CT's looking a little bit stranded as well. I mean, the smoke wall was down. You don't really have much of a position to play with. Capers is miles away with the AWP, just trying to keep himself alive.
That's the info Ardis needed, though. He can just say, there's an AWP deep outside CT. I've got CT. He probably won't push.
Yeah, if they don't get something soon, they might just want to save this.
Here it comes, though. They have to push forward. The Molotovs spread them out. And they're not really getting the kills they need, are they? They get the one, but it's not enough, really, is it? You need all of them to come through as soon as possible.
They all die as well. So that massive investment, rely back on one early pick from Swaggy. I mean, fair enough, it's not his fault. The trade was crazy. Ardis has just wrecked him. Like,
you should have recognised, though, as soon as those smokes coming over, you know you can't play it. You should be pulling all the way back.
Just stay alive.
Even if you see a CT smoke coming, you probably do pull back, because you play that risk if you jump up, right?
What's Ardis doing with the orphans this round as well? He has got actually the spawn for mid. So he might get the early pick down towards Swaggy.
Didn't see him drop.
Nah.
Swaggy's going to get taken out, though. No way does he get anything else. Yeah. A bit of damage from Hector's, but at the end of the day, that's not much of an issue, is it?
It's very one-sided peaks coming out from Fierce right now. It looks like there's not really much potential to trade.
It's the cohesion, isn't it?
Yeah.
I always mention that, just like, I don't mind teams playing aggressive, so long as you're doing it, whether it's as a team or as pairs or, you know, that sort of thing. At the end of the day, you're a team, right? You should be trying to do things with each other if you can. Well, you stand a better chance of winning.
Two heads better than one. I mean, there's two targets, especially like with that, where we've seen the push come out towards mid. Swaggy potentially, if he had the Capers swing at that time, they're distracted.
Or flash on his teammate or something. You know, that could have gone quite well.
Any additional edge? Oh, look at Euro. He's having a spin.
I've heard that adds 20% chance to get a headshot.
It does actually. Yeah, it buffs the damage for the round.
Only when spinning though. Yeah. After the spin is gone, you lose it.
Yeah, there you go. He's lost. 20% chance to get banged as well. Anyway.
Yeah, it's like the, you have it. There's a hero that was on Heroes in the Earth, Blood Hunter, and he had a spell which is his Q. It silenced the enemy, but basically the idea was he used that to chase people. Yeah. So you'd silence them, but if they, they get like 90% extra damage. Oh, okay. But they also take more damage, right?
All right. So is that basically just Bloodseeker from Dota?
Yeah. Yeah, it's Han based it off Dota 1.
Off Warcraft 3.
Yeah, exactly. It's a nice little chain. And the double AWP comes in this time. Emin took the second one. We did see Capers with it. So we've seen 4 players use the AWP on that side so far. You're the only one not to. I imagine because he is that A anchor. It's not going to do much unless you sit CT.
Probably, I mean, in terms of chain of command as well, you imagine he's probably at the bottom right now in terms of freedom. Is, right? Yeah.
Unless the team is that comfortable in knowing the ability of that player, right? Like some players, you just say, just do what you want, we'll play around you. Yeah. Like we've got a 4-set thing we can do. If you want to go for a pick, just say, just do it. But they're boosting short behind here on Ardis. Ardis gets this kill, and depends what happens behind him. They don't see him. No that timing could have been really close.
I might get the kill on the Delpan player, but you have an AWP. It's Hector's. It's just easy for him. I mean, you're literally just putting yourself out on a platter there.
Ardis controls the entire round now. If Euro gets the kill, unfortunately he doesn't. This rotate goes straight into him. Should be a free kill on Capers. Knife out for quite a while then when he was running. He was just like, I guess I'm dead. And Swaggy, 22 HP AWP. Bomb's not even planted yet. They've got 45 seconds to hunt him, and there he goes.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Swaggy as well. I mean, so low, it's an easy pick.
So it was 4-0 to Fierce.
Now 4-8, and Stifmeister have really just been running away with it. And to be fair, this is pretty much what we expected. T-side Stifmeister, you're on Mirage, you're just going to be able to pop off. It is just one of these maps. I mean, they all love taking aim battles. There's not one of these players that is really going to be scared to go in for a firefight.
The thing is, even if you had the full 5 with Fleeve before, they would have been doing the same sort of stuff, and they got Dom as a player to stand in who is perfectly fine with that sort of thing. He's a great aimer.
Well, that's the thing. That's the sort of edge they have. If you bring Dom in now into this position, he's played with these players an awful lot. You know, he's subbed in for countless things they played, even at Alan before when they played one of the epic Grosvenors events. So he's more than comfortable, and he's also just absolutely insane with a rifle when he's popping off. So you've sort of traded Fleeve's more, aggressive AWPing for someone that can just run in and just be more than carefree, just skipping through A site with an AK.
It always intrigued me with the lineup though when they added Sleeve, because I knew Hector's was an AWPer predominantly, because he was in that lineup. I remember when I was speaking to Haste when he started joining that Reason lineup, because he had a team with Hector's, and they would always destroy us and then play like 27-3 and stuff. Even like teams we scrimmed like FaZe, G2 and stuff wouldn't beat us that bad. It's just like, how are they destroying us this much? Hector's would have 40 kills. It was just like, how is this happening? And then Fleeve joins, and I'm like, but Fleeve's an AWPer as well.
Yeah.
So how does that work?
You don't really want to take that role off at Hector's as well.
You don't want to take it from Fleeve either, though. That's the thing.
That's the thing. As much as he is a comparable AWPer, if you got both of them, someone's going to get.
Somebody will have the lesser hand, right?
Yeah.
Because they'll both believe they're good with an AWP. But you're never going to have two AWPs, especially like T-side, for example. You wouldn't say two AWPs is a thing.
Oh, no, yeah.
In any situation, right?
I mean, you already run a risk. If you go for a T-side AWP, you've basically got a ticking time bomb of how useful it's going to be.
Yeah. Look at the money on Stifmeister. And the tactical pause finally comes in. 9 rounds. I can't ever feel like it should have been after losing 2 buy rounds, right?
Well, that's what we always talk about, right? Like, we sort of take it
We didn't do it at LAN or anything, but...
well, yeah, we didn't, but to be fair, the only games we actually were losing hard... Well, we paused
felt
once.
Winnable.
Yeah, like, the only games we were losing hard, it was just sort of like, right, well, this is over anyway. Yeah. And the other time we did actually go for a pause when we just wanted to work out the economy, because it was just like, right, we've all got dog cash. Can we just fix this?
Yeah, we'd have a brief talk about it.
But in a position like this, where you just don't have an answer for it, you've tried double AWP, you've tried, you know, you've run the book.
As a team, you should have some sort of system anyway, right?
Because that's the difference of sort of a mixed mentality, where it's more like, right, maybe we can just get back into this game.
Because that was one of the reasons I didn't pause doing that. I was just like, we don't actually have a playbook of any kind. So why should I pause when all we can say is the same things we've been saying when you die in the round? Like, I think we can do. I think A is quite easy or B is quite easy. That's all well and good saying that, but we don't have anything to do on that site.
That's what I mean. The position we were in, it's mostly just trying to sort of get confidence back and being like, hey, look, I reckon we can just walk in their site. Let's just go A.
But Fierce, I suppose the T-side playbook's never going to be as big as the T-side, right?
Yeah.
But teams do have a limit of what they can fall back on, especially in the UK stuff. You have a limit, right? You've got a certain amount of setups, you've got a certain amount of aggressive plays you can make. You have a certain amount of double AWPs you can take. And the double AWP does come through. But at the end of the day, what are you going to do with them? Because they need to have an impact. So Emin AWPing straight from CT and Swaggy and connected with it. So with both of them on the same side of the map here. The question is what Stifmeister can do, because they got rid of that first AWP they had. Hector's now has a rifle.
And I'm just being quite aggressive here towards me. Oh, gets the shot off. The back pedal fadeaway, Ben.
He's the one that's been doing really well this game. Like when we saw that the stats of the half or during that pause, he was the only one above 100 ADR on that team. I say above 100 ADR as if like multiple people should be with him, but he was on 100 while losing 9-4. And it's going much better for them this round. Like, you know, it was opened by Hype getting that kill. Like, it threw them off a bit. But the AWP has been used at least. The question is, can they control the round from here?
It's still a change of pace, and Hype,
he knows.
Yeah, he did actually spot out the player's bottom there, so he's going to push it and try and unload.
There's no cover for him either. Good kill to get, and he actually gets the bomb in sight there as well.
He's got complete control of that. As long as Kpiz finds this frag, they would be able to block off every angle of attack.
Oh, it's outlined his head.
It's like the Ali G moment in the film where he shoots around the body.
Hector's in such a weird position here, isn't he? I was going to say, if he holds for longer, unless they knew who was there. Link, I mentioned the cash on Stifmeister. If he's able to take any guns off them, great. But 22 HP, you're not feeling as confident to do it, right? And Swaggy managed that shot. So they keep the double AWP alive. To be fair, they did get 3 kills out of the AWP. Or AWPs, rather.
It's the majority.
But I'd say Hype was the big player in that round, right?
Well, he opened it up and he put them into position to actually win it. And the follow-up frag was pretty pivotal as well.
It was a huge territory control.
Yeah, you've locked down mid, you've got short. And that round could have been even more stellar as well. You know, the reality there where Kpiz finds that frag, you save so much money, you just decimate them, you're into a good position. So off the back of a pause, at least a pretty nice round. Yeah, but they're already changing things up as well. The tempo play.
Got me thinking they land that shot. Instead they keep just taking the same fight, and Hector's is perfectly fine with that. Flash comes through, they should be able to get the kill, but Swaggy bails them out.
Oh, the backstab though.
Can't do it twice.
No. And that's the risk you run. When you go for that first contact, they push up, right? As soon as they realised what was going on, you've lost the element of surprise. Kpiz, if he doesn't get that kill, and both of you haven't peeked at the same time, you're then just giving him 1v1s, and he has the better angle. He can hold that all day. He's going to love you just peeking him.
As a comparison as well, it's the classic, you can't half-ass like something, right?
Yeah.
You can't just halfway up And then as soon as you start like missing the peak or you miss the first shot, you can't just keep staying around that same bit, keep peeking the same angle. You need to both go up, or you both fall back. Because we saw Swaggy, he bailed him out for a second, but unfortunately he didn't land the second shot, right? No. So at the end of the day, they lose 3 players for, what, 1 kill?
And that's the thing as well. And now everyone is going to be tunnel vision focusing towards top mid. That's why that backstab's so free. There's so much noise, there's so much commotion, everyone's just panicking towards top mid. You can just waltz in behind and punish them like they did. And that does go 10-5. All things considered, Fierce had a very nice start to the game, but it quickly declined into Stifmeister just annihilating them then. Yeah,
and a big part of that could be attributed to the CC rounds that they did win not being particularly clean, I guess.
So here's an interesting bit. Obviously, Fazan didn't play first half. I can only assume that that is either because he was busy or still just trying to get himself sorted after LAN, because obviously it's literally the day after. Yeah. Oh, his internet issues, that is the reason. But he is now back, and he is going to be able to jump in. So they're going to be removing Yura and bringing back their original 5th. Benefits of that, you've literally just played LAN together.
Yeah.
Like, well, that is the core team. Like, you know, that's good.
Yura didn't have a great half either, if I'm honest.
Sometimes you have a super sub that will walk in and just be like, all right.
It's hard to walk into a CT side.
Yeah.
Against a team that are playing mixed style sort of stuff, right? Or at least, I say mixed style sort of stuff as in it's a lot more free roam, a lot more, I would say, wolf pack plays, right?
Yeah. Whereas
with, you know, a normal team on the T side, they might run a lot more structured stuff, executes and stuff. Whereas Fierce, Stifmeister, the only thing they did execute really was that palace burst they did twice.
Yes.
That was the only real set from the get-go. We're going to do this. So ultimately, Yura didn't really get a chance to do much, I guess, is one way of putting it. But FSAN, I suppose he comes in at a situation where it's not been going well for them. 4-0, then it's now 10-5 at the half.
I mean, at least this is half-time, right? You've joined in when it's literally just a fresh start. There's still a lot of potential to play with. I imagine he could have been warming up in this downtime anyway.
Could be tilted as well. That's the other side of it.
Yeah, true. If you're frustrated that you haven't even been able to play...
That you're having to say, you need to get someone else, I can't actually play, I'm lagging too much. Yeah. You'd be annoyed at your provider or whatever, you'd be annoyed that it's happening.
You're disappointed in yourself as well, because it's just like, I want to play.
Yeah.
I physically can't even play. But he's just going first in the entry here. The classic B-site take, Ben, as they burst their way out. Hype, unfortunately, has been punished instantly by Dom, but Fazan kicks it off well. Comes back through with an early pick there on towards Astro, but the entire team is being annihilated. Hectors, the hat trick with support of Dom. That's a B-site hold.
I'm surprised that they were able to get, like, the T-side players were out for quite a while then. And they weren't able to get the kills. Like, the X-Suit came in, the same strat they must have run a few times before, smoke short, smoke towards in front of the window. And the flash is over, they get out and they just can't make it work.
They got on site, but it all just crumbled when it came to the firefights. And it's...
And Fierce...
rough, really.
I don't like this buy either. It's like, it's a half commit. It's like you get 1900 for this loss now that's coming up, because by looks of things are going poorly. Somebody should be coming underpass. Artist was the player doing it. They get the 1 kill.
Yeah.
The money's not fantastic. You could have just not bought those pistols that were about 300, 500, 700 each.
Again, it comes back to your point about sort of half-halfing things, right? If you're going into in that situation, either fully invest, get yourself the armor, get yourself
give
the
them the round.
Yeah, or like, just concede it, get better cash as you move on, and be able to get actual nades. Because if we look here now, I mean, what? Sure, flashes, you've got the smoke, but that is it. They're smokers, Ben.
It's not good for you.
It really isn't. Second-hand smoke kills.
Hype. Let's get that entry. He's a heavy smoker himself. Straight through it, by looks of things. It's going to be an A execute or A side burst, but that bomb is not with them. If this is delayed long enough and the players on A actually get something done, it's going to be quite bad for them.
But it's also things start falling apart. Luckily, all the picks have gone their way quite tidily. That was good. I mean, it's just coming down to Astro now. He's only got an MP9 in his hand, so potential damage he can do isn't that high unless they fall into a position where he can get the drop on him. He is getting contact.
Did he just tab out?
It looks like he's tabbed, yeah. You can see the little stutter, and he just stops.
God. Either a tab out or a crash.
Yeah,
right?
his game's either timed, or he's just tabbed out by accident.
Yeah.
He's plugged his iPhone in, but it's pulled him out of the game.
That round annoys me though, because I know Fierce would think that was a really good idea to buy. Like Stiff kept, like what, 3 MP9s?
Yes.
Something like that. They didn't really do anything with them either.
They haven't really given much of a chance, I guess, but...
Yeah, Hype did get that first kill on that ARAMP because of his spawn.
Yeah.
But then there wasn't any reaction play either. So, like, there was no push to try and get info. They lost every firefight. which that can happen. That is something that you can't really consider account for, right? But now they've kind of got deals, hoping to land some shots. And that's not a good start from Dom.
And this is now sort of just the difference in the way those initial rounds go for the first half. Like the whole first 5 rounds of a game have sort of changed pace a little bit now. Yeah. It's a whole lot more back and forward. It seems like, it is a lot easier to reset teams. The pistol round kind of doesn't really give you that much of a lead anymore. It's very weird compared to how it used to be. It's still quite a big pivotal change to how CS works fundamentally.
Yeah, it was also interesting to me because like the reason they changed the money was because they felt like the pistol round shouldn't have too much impact. I feel like it should have impact, though. Like, it's the one round in the game which is technically balanced.
Right,
everybody has the same money.
Exactly the same, yeah.
So, like, if you win that round, some people will argue it's RNG or something, right? But you'll say RNG because, oh, you never know who's going to win the round. That's balanced, technically speaking. That is a balanced round. It's a 50-50. And there is skill to be taken into account as well, to be fair. If a team does a really good execute on the T side, props to them, they can take the round from there. If CT does like a good retake or a hold, props to them, they can take the round. But instead we're in a situation where the pistol doesn't really mean much. We saw that Alan, you could just eco the pistol round if you really wanted to.
Well, I don't feel like, even when we lost the pistol round,
it didn't feel bad.
I was not like at all bothered compared to before. If you lost the pistol round Alan, it was like, we're going to go 3-0 down.
I was annoyed when we won it.
Yeah, because our economy was just left in tatters most of the time.
Even the round we won when I made like a little tactic just to work with $800, just don't buy anything, just keep that. We'll hopefully lose the round but damage them a bit.
Yeah.
So we'll get even more money to buy second. We won the round, I was like, okay, I didn't consider winning it.
Yeah.
Sadly, we've won. Now, we don't really have that much money to work with because you don't get enough for winning.
Yeah.
So it's such a weird one, I don't know. I can't help but feel like they should have done something different with the money changes. Either change the amount you get, or change it in a way where pistol has more impact, if anything, in my mind. But some people will consider that, teams go up 5-0 too much. That's just called winning the pistol and taking advantage of the rounds. Like, I don't see the issue in that. But people like the idea of having crazy back and forth games where both teams are equaling each other in some horrific way. Not a fan of it.
No, it is quite a big change to the sort of fundamentals, really. So Fierce on their T side have been looking a lot more effective, at least. They're being able to pick up these rounds. It's now a 12-8 scoreline as they're coming back into it. They just need to carry it on. Stifmeister's economy has sort of left them in the dark for a little while here as well, so they've been able to build up these rounds.
I think Efson's got more kills this half than Euro did through the first half. I think.
Big replacement.
Apparently.
Yeah, big return.
When you consider they've played the same amount of rounds, technically both sides have won the same amount of rounds through the first 5, right? Because Fierce were 4-0 up. This is now technically 4-1 up in the second half. It's a very unfair assessment to make, but, it's not wrong.
Yeah, you are accurate.
It's just, it would be quite harsh to say that Efson's a better player because of it, right? That's the overbearing thing. And Fierce, this should be a free round as well. Consider the positions they've put themselves in. Hype gets killed. That's another gun for them to get to. As you can see, the swarm of players shouting, "Give me the gun."
Give me the AK.
Fierce know. I was going to say they know they shouldn't need to force into this like hunt, but instead Emin gives away a kill as well. So that's another AK to keep. But instead there's a squad marching through CT with the retake in mind.
So Capers has heard literally all of these elephant footsteps.
He's going through.
And he is going to try and go for the big play. It just depends on the timing. We'll get one. Swaggy misses with the ult,
Smoke's coming up. They're just going to have to jump on it. Artis has a kit.
Oh, the timing. If Swaggy would have shot, he would have killed it.
He lined it up wrong. He lined it up against the box for some reason. They get the defuse.
He's throwing it away there.
That's a terrible round.
He literally would have killed him as well.
He's lined up with the box. What? You've played Mirage enough to know that that's not like the lineup. Even if it's from ramp, you should know where the boxes are in your mind looking at the smoke.
Just have a general.
Yeah, it's muscle memory, sure, but that's such a terrible round to lose. Like,
and they kind of threw themselves into that one as well.
Yeah, and they gave away the extra kill, and they were just like, we can still win this, by the way. We've got a smoke and a kit. Alright, yeah. I'm smoking it, I'm jumping on cover me. Terrible. It was 4 USBs with no armor and a guy who saved.
That's not gone well for them at all, really. Now we're left on a 4v4 into this one. Hector's just on 1 HP. Can't get the adjustment with the AK either, so he is going to go down. And things are looking quite dire already into this one, Ben. They're giving just
there's a lot of damage.
Yeah. They're just peeking, allowing artists to tag them up so much.
It's all about what can Astro do to distract them long enough for Dom to get an impact here, I think. Because they'll know ramp's clear, they'll think, okay, he might be in Palace. If Astro shows enough presence, they'll think, okay, he's playing CT in fact. The fact that Addis got that kill as well, I think Dom might have made a lot of noise or something then. This plant should be a free kill though, I don't think. The cover's coming from Firebox.
Oof.
They think that Dom might not have been spotted. It relies on him though. If a flash comes through or Malta comes through and he gets a peek off, this should be easy.
Timing's good for him as well. The one player that was actually clearing it has now given up on that. And Hype's going to fall back towards ramp. Dom is so important into this round, but is he actually going to get anything for his time? Pushes out, no. Hype readjusts. Capers as well with a follow-up frag. Capers actually going to double down on them. They do get a 9th, and it's a reset round at that.
Dom's going for the kill that he didn't need to go for.
Yeah.
They've already Molten him out. You don't need to force that wide swing. You can just go and clear under like dark and stay alive. Make sure you can't be killed from ramp. Instead, he gives the option for all of them to potentially kill him. And ultimately, considering how long they'd waited out for Dom in Palace there, there was clearly no plan in mind for what you want him to do.
They've just sort of gone, do something.
Like, if Fireboxes were not Molotov, I'd understand him trying to get an angle on that. But they've mollied him out. They all past the peak. You can just keep posting up on him. He'll wide swing into you. You should be able to get the kill with 2 of your CT. And the force comes through, double up, and then just pistols with armor surrounding it. It's a very scrappy force buy, I'd say.
It is a bit risky. It definitely just comes down to individual plays as well.
Good start, but you can't just keep... It's the Russian force buy method, isn't it? The AK buy on one player. You can give the up to someone else if you need to. But I suppose Bogdan's law technically means he should keep it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, right? I mean, as long as he gets that first shot.
What's the hierarchy on this ruling? Yeah. Like the law.
Where does this go? I mean, you could drop it over to Hector's, but he is on that B site, so...
Yeah, he's in a good spot here. Got boosted by Link. As soon as Link sees them here, if he sees them, he has a flash. So if he manages to pull back and throw the flash into the hallway as they're coming in. So you'll see. I don't think he's even going to get to use it. They're just rushing straight out. He'll have to stay alive on the site for this long. It's quite a big ask for him.
Fazan was actually getting burnt by the hot coals there behind him, just constantly tapping his toes. And it is a 3-on-2, so there's potential to win this round. However, it's the double up retake with support of Dom just on the CZ. Ardis still just fighting for Bogdan's law, left on 4 HP. Hype going to push up. Potentially goes for the overextension. Oh,
it's not a good start though. The flash goes through. Soulcast jumps through. Question is, can he get a drop into Hype? Oh, he saw him.
Astro gets the kill. It all comes down to Emin now. The spam with the CZ kills him. Jumps straight on the bomb. There isn't a kit, but it doesn't matter. They've still won it. It's 14-9. Stifmeister, you won that round off the back of a double AWP investment with nothing else.
Yeah, 3 kills from the AWPs. That's a round I'd say very well played. Because Ardis, he had what, 16 HP, something like that? And he was still able to get 2 kills covering Link on that B site. Link was live for quite a while there.
Ardis on 24 frags as well.
Been playing really well.
And he's one of those players we were looking at, even when he first came into the Prem, to think, all right, this guy's actually got a lot of potential talent. He's developed so much as a player. Gamers was a big one as well, obviously, when he was on there for a while.
He was very liked on that.
Yeah.
To see him, I'm not sure if he left or if he was...
I think he wanted to leave because he wanted to play more CS. He couldn't
they were limited, weren't they?
Yeah.
Ooh,
all right.
I mean, the trade is there from Hector's, and the bomb is going B, though. And Astro is on his own towards B. He gets the first kill, doesn't get the second one. And thankfully, Ardis, was that through smoke? Because it felt like it was, based off the way he exited.
Yeah. We're back into a 2-on-2. We're going to try and take this control as they push their way out. Hector's on the AWP. Is Hype going to be able to punish him, or is it going to be Hector's just blasting his way through? Ardis as well on the rifle. He's been playing fabulously as they both push out at the same time. Emin with the initial frag, the adjustment, but Ardis wins it. Hype should still close out the round, but he doesn't!
Ooh.
Oh, Ardis. That's beautiful, Ben.
That was really, really good. I was thinking for a second that they were quite unfortunate, and I think the servers died based off of this.
That's not great timing.
Vision that we have here.
I mean, that would be the 15th round for Stifmeister.
Well, we'll assume 15.
But there's no bomb plot. There's no bomb explosion, at least.
Yeah,
so
I think we can assume 15 for Stifmeister,
yeah, 15
right?
to 9.
I was thinking the player that had all the grenades was unfortunately the one that died for that retake. So it meant, I was thinking for Ardis, it was a very rough situation because, he was then faced with the AWPer there left with him short plant.
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, if Hype got back to a better position, he could probably win the round right there and then. Instead, Ardis gets that wide swing, takes him off without a chance to shoot. Although I reckon it was one of those situations where you shot on your screen. Like, that I heard the gunshot and you didn't.
You pulled, but it just doesn't matter. That kind of is the Ardis factor as well. Very, very confident individual. He takes a lot of firefights, but I don't know, he's got good decision making. In terms of the firefights he does take, he won't really overcommit to it, but he knows when he can still win a round. And that was a big pick to go for. You do need a lot of confidence. Swinging into that, the AWPer's got the angle, could just be holding it. The fact it was just a double tap headshot as well. Just nice. Really tasty round from Ardis. Still impressive. I mean, it looks like he's developed so much, considering from when we saw him on Radix, was it?
That first
well, hang on, it was actually it was Pat's Money Crew, wasn't it? The first time we saw him, and then halfway through the season he joined Radix, and then went to the finals with Radix.
I don't remember.
It was a big transition.
I didn't any of that online season.
No.
Thinking about it, but that I remember seeing him at the final.
Yeah.
Because it was one of those. This is his first LAN.
Well, he asked.
It was on stage.
Not to flame him, didn't he?
Yeah. Which.
Yeah.
Snots does flame people now and then, to be fair. When it comes to Prems. Yeah. He even bullied him to retirement.
Yeah. Disgusting. Charlie Pickles. He was one of the greatest Left 4 Dead 2 players the UK scene ever had.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was really good. Well, we used to play the UK scene Left 4 Dead 2 mixes. Pickles was unreal. He was the best spitter I've ever seen. It was.
That's one title to have, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, apparently it did go 16 to 9, so we do have our victor there.
Yeah, I feel like that was kind of expected, right? Because they managed to not get their money broken back again.
Yeah.
And to be fair, momentum-wise, those were 2 huge rounds to get, weren't they? Well, actually 3 if you want to think about it. That fuse they should never have gotten.
Yes.
Then the round with the AWPs around it as well, that was another crazy one.
The double AWP force-up is...
that last round too, Ardis pretty much closed that out, didn't he, on his own? That was a...
It's a big confidence round. You win a round like that, it is just like... Like, what can we really do?
Yeah, so...
Especially when you got match point slammed in your face.
Think about that round, though. Capers got the opening kills at ramp, both kills. And then the round goes to hell.
Because, I mean, that was a double kill from Capers. And they were nice shots as well.
Yeah,
it wasn't
really
a firefight you feel like he really should have walked away from, especially not with the second frag. So, definitely an interesting one. We do have the winner in the end. First Esports had a nice early start, but Stifmeister just soaring ahead, Ben. And they will close that one out. That's our first game of the day done and dusted. There is still 3 more matchups to come on the Prem. So we'll leave you with the highlights and see you after the break.